Hey guys, thanks for joining me today for part 4 of my Depression There Is a Light series. And today we talk about taking immediate action. But before we begin, remember, I am not a licensed psychiatrist, physician, or psychologist. If you are taking medications or receiving therapy, do not stop either. These videos, I hope, will help to give you more options to use in addition to those therapies, or if you're not suffering from depression and you're just having doubts and feeling a sense of powerlessness and you can see the signs coming, then you can use them to strengthen yourself and to brighten your outlook. Of course, you know my faith in God, and my faith has been really instrumental in keeping my optimism all the time, no matter what happens. And sometimes it is a greater challenge than others, but I'm so happy and so grateful that I've been able to see the bright side of everything that has happened in my life, every event, and to look for it and to find it. And sometimes the universe or the Holy Spirit point those things out to me, and then I'm able to appreciate them. What I want to share with you today is you're anticipating and planning for your personal victory. Sometimes what begins in tragedy ends in triumph. And I know that's hard to believe when you're going through the experience at the time, but I can tell you personally that no matter what has happened in the past, one way or another, life has led me down a path that has helped me to be better than I was before, to be stronger than I was before, and to be optimistic, have faith, and believe that all things will work out, no matter how it looks at the time. We can go to the Bible, for those of you that are familiar with it, for some of those instances that are well known in tragedy ending in triumph. You can consider Daniel, how he was thrown into the lion's den for his faith, and how his faith and his belief and dedication ended up having him raised to honor in the king's house. You know the tale of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, how they were thrown into a fiery furnace, and their faith and their anticipation and plan for personal victory led to their being approved by those who made fun of them and who didn't share their beliefs. Joseph, who went from being a slave to a prime minister in Pharaoh's home. Jesus, how he went from being crucified on the cross and in 3 days being resurrected. Now these are examples that are far beyond what any of us probably will experience in our daily life, especially with the example of the Lord. But you can begin stepping out of depression now, no matter what step you may be at, no matter what it looks like and appears to you now. You can step out of it. You can enter into joy, enter into rest from your stress and from your worries, and enter into feeling enabled and enjoying life as you were meant to enjoy it, that you're more than a conqueror. And I'll include a card for that video in case you're interested in listening and seeing if you haven't. And it tells you more ways in which you can personally be victorious in living the life you deserve. You are valuable, you're unique, you are precious, and you are worthy of all the good life has to offer. And start by believing it. Don't allow the words or the false finding of others or the failures you may think you have experienced, which have really been learning experiences, or the opinions of other people crush you. Use affirmative statements. Declare daily not only the promises of your faith, but also promises you should make to yourself. I know I have spoken of goals and affirmations and meditation, but right now I want to talk about something I don't think I've ever mentioned, and that's making promises to yourself. We make promises to others and we work hard to keep them, and we know that others view us on how well we stick to our words. We keep our vows, we keep our promises. But you are the most important person you should be making promises to and keeping them. Make them boldly and state them aloud and state them often. So, I'm sure the next question is, how do I make a promise to myself? Well, first you begin by thinking, what are the things that are most important to you as far as your character, your values, and your morals? And then the second step is to write those things down. And make sure they're important to you, not to other people, not what they tell you you should be thinking, but how you truly feel about yourself in the world. And the third step is to write out 3 or 4 affirmations that you create yourself that are bold and that you will speak aloud daily and that you will hopefully use several times a day. Make sure they're uplifting. Make sure they make you feel good when you speak them. Make sure they create images of triumph and you feel good about them and optimistic, and they make you feel happy and joyful. And by doing this every day and creating and building on that habit, you will find that you will begin to step out of the negative and clouded, self-doubting and critical mindset you have fallen into. You will find there's more joy when you speak these affirmations that you created, and you'll begin to feel more restful and more peaceful. And the more that you use them, and the more you see them becoming effective in your day-to-day life in small ways and in big ways, you'll begin to feel that power, and you'll begin to feel like a winner, because you are. You just haven't accepted it yet. I and Rascal have been doing this for many years now, and sometimes I like to use affirmations that have been created by others, but I also like to write my own, because when you write yourself, they mean more, and you know they're exactly what you desire. Make sure your affirmations are short, simple, and to the point. When they get to be too long and too convoluted and a paragraph long, they're difficult to remember, and they don't have as much of an effect as an accurate, brief, and clear affirmation does. And know without a doubt and see and anticipate your personal victory. Because remember, small steps, simple steps, easy steps can take us from levels of feeling low and defeated into raising ourselves into higher levels of success and victory and triumph. Make sure, lastly, that you use words that are uplifting and powerful and positive, like the ones I've been using. If you have a thesaurus, look up these words and you'll find more and more words that you can use, not only varying your vocabulary, but also finding ways to trigger those feelings of optimism and joy subconsciously. And what you begin to practice as a habit will become second nature, and you'll find that those words are words you'll be using more and more, rather than words of negativity and defeat. So, I hope you find this helpful today. If you haven't listened to my other videos, they are available in my Depression There Is Light series playlist. And we have 2 more left. So, thank you for watching. Have an awesome day. You are valuable, you're unique, and you are worth it. Love you guys.